What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be making this video. Today, I'm going to be answering all the questions that you guys sent to me over on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram yet, I share every single day parts of my fitness journey, parts of my pregnancy journey, parts of our home build, literally just an inside look into my life. And last week, I asked you guys that follow me over on Instagram to ask any and all pregnancy related questions, and I'm now going to be diving into all of those. So you guys sent some really good questions. I'm going to do my best to answer them all. I am now, as of today, August 20th, I am in my 23rd week of pregnancy, which is crazy. I will show you a little bump date because I have not done any bump dates over here, and mainly that's because I feel like, thankfully, my pregnancy has been pretty uneventful. My stomach is starting to grow. I'm starting to get a bump. It felt like it took forever for it to finally show. And I was getting so many questions like, are you even pregnant? Why aren't you showing? And honestly, every single person is so different. So remember that when you are commenting on people's bodies. Like, I share my journey on social media. I have a pretty tough skin, but some people are very sensitive to that. So remember, you never know what state someone's gonna be in when you ask them, so just be a little bit cautious. But I will show you right now my 23-week bump, and we will dive into the questions. All right, so here we go. This is 23 weeks. I'm still wearing like all my same clothes, just getting pretty snug. Still don't have a huge bump, but getting there. She's getting there. All right, we're just gonna dive into these questions. I do have them pulled up on my phone, so I'm gonna be glancing at my phone. This video is gonna be super casual. I just wanna get to know you guys. So honestly, if you can relate to any of this in the comments down below, like comment. If you have questions, put them in the comments down below. Like, I wanna get to know you guys better. So I am just sitting here sipping a little bit of my afternoon pick-me-up. I always share this recipe on Instagram, but it's just a scoop of my all-natural plant-based pre-workout, which I'll link down below. Some LaCroix coconut bubbly water, and sometimes a little bit of pink lemonade Crystal Light packets. So good, so good. I'm always out of breath, so if I'm out of breath, thank you, pregnancy. But we're gonna dive right into these questions. The very first question is, I am allowed 0 caffeine. How do you find energy to work out with pregnancy exhaustion? So I'm very grateful that I'm able to work from home. If I need to rest in the afternoon, I can. But I find that like exhaustion is gonna be around at all times, right? Whether you're pregnant or not. I understand like through pregnancy, yes, you are exhausted way more than you're not, but something I have done that I find works really well is I use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, and it's from the 5-second rule. It's a book, and literally you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it. Like, don't even allow yourself to think anything else, just get up and do it. That's been super helpful for me. It's a lot of mind over matter, right? Yes, I'm exhausted. Yes, I could sleep all day. Yes, I want to take naps, but without pushing myself to like too far. Like, yes, I rest when I need to, but I also realize like a lot of it is in my mind and that I just have to push through it. If I push through, I feel so much better. So I'm not here to say that I'm not exhausted. I'm not here to say that I don't like want to skip workouts some days or that I don't give it my all every single day, but I have to mentally prepare myself, and I find that doing my workouts first thing in the morning makes it easiest to commit to. Of course, some doctors say no caffeine. My doctor said I can have up to 200 milligrams of caffeine a day, so 1 scoop of my all-natural pre is 100 milligrams, so it's about the same as a cup of coffee. So personally, I am drinking some caffeine through pregnancy. My doctor's totally okay with it, but of course you have to listen to your doctor. Okay, the next question, what if your anatomy scan was wrong and you're having a boy? So for those of you that have not seen our gender reveal, we are having a little girl, hopefully. But if the anatomy scan was wrong and the blood test was wrong, which is very unlikely, blood tests are pretty accurate, but if it was wrong, I would be totally okay with it. Aside from the fact that we are going to like get the nursery ready and purchase some outfits. Like, that would kind of suck because some of the things that I'll purchase are going to be like girly. But this is our first baby. Ideally, in like the perfect world, we would love to have a boy and a girl. Is that gonna happen? Who knows? But with our first, we totally didn't care what we had. We would be happy with either. So if the anatomy scan was wrong and we had like a surprise baby boy when I deliver, I would be okay with it. I have a boy name picked out. I do not have a girl name picked out yet. So at least he would have a name. But that would be really interesting for sure. Next question. Do you have a good protein powder that you take while pregnant? Again, this is something that you're gonna wanna talk to your personal doctor about. My doctor approved all my supplements that I was previously taking to continue taking through pregnancy. I use very, very, very clean supplements, always, whether I'm pregnant or not, because I truly believe in putting good sources of nutrition into your body. So I will link my pre-workout, I'll link my post-workout, wow, words are hard. I'll link pre-post, my superfood, my collagen, like I'll link everything that I use in the comments down below. But my doctor personally approved me to continue using the same chocolate protein that I was using prior to pregnancy. So just something that you have to have a conversation with your personal doctor about. The next question is, are you drinking coffee while pregnant? I have had coffee a couple of times, like maybe 5 times throughout the entirety of my pregnancy so far. Now, when I order coffee, I don't order like something super sugary or anything like that. Typically, I'll get like, my go-to drink is honestly a cold brew, but I think that has too much caffeine. I want to say when I looked it up, it was like 245 milligrams of caffeine, which is obviously over the 200 limit that my doctor gave me. So when I have gone and got coffee, I do a grande iced Americano with a little bit of caramel and a little bit of cream. And then rather than the typical 3 shots of espresso that they put in, I've been asking for 1 or 2 dependent on the day. So again, just make sure you know how much caffeine your doctor wants you to like maintain and don't go over that level. I think like 1 espresso shot is like 64 milligrams of caffeine. Don't quote me on that. But when I looked it up, I think that's about what it was. So 2 shots is like about 130 milligrams of caffeine, which is still under my limit. So on the days that I have coffee, I don't drink pre-workout. So I kind of just play it by ear. I would way rather have this. It's a really clean source of caffeine, and that's just my preference, especially in the summers. Like, I don't crave coffee. I love the smell of coffee, but I don't love the taste of coffee. I'm more of like a fruity person, and this is lemon, so that's what I tend to go with. The next question is, what has changed most in your day today? I have to say it's being out of breath. Honestly, like with this growing belly, I know I'm not huge yet, but she is over 12 inches long and she is over a pound heavy in my belly. So she is taking up a lot of space. Although it's not like growing out, she's growing up into my organs, and it does make like talking a lot and breathing a lot hard. But as for like typical day-to-day things, not much has changed. And I think I was under the impression that like so much would change. Like I would get pregnant and so much would change. And like I'm over halfway and not much has changed. I have started sleeping with a pregnancy pillow just to make sure that I'm staying on my side and not laying on my back, because I am a back sleeper. Most days I wake up on my back anyways. So sleeping on my side has been an adjustment, and then just being out of breath has been an adjustment. But not much has changed, which I'm thankful for. So just my changing body, growing body, I guess, but not much in my day today. The next question is, where are you getting your maternity clothes from? So I have been sent a couple maternity clothes. I got some from Sexy Mama Maternity and Pink Blush Maternity. However, I will say I'm not quite big enough to wear maternity clothing yet, and I don't love most maternity clothes. The things I have received are like cute little, like, what are they called? Like cardigans or shawls, which you could wear pregnant or not, or like very fitted dresses, which you could again wear pregnant or not. And so I don't really think I'm going to be purchasing a ton of maternity clothing. If anything, I will just size up in my leggings. I planned my pregnancy so that it would be through the end of summer and into fall and winter, meaning I could wear like loose dresses in the summer when I'm not really showing, and then in the fall I can wear like fitted dresses with leggings and boots and cardigans, or big sweaters and leggings. And so that was kind of my mindset going into it, is like I planned my pregnancy so that my clothes would kind of stay the same, I guess. Like everything I'm wearing still is pre-pregnancy clothing. I will say, like bras and sports bras, things like that, I did size up, and that's just gonna happen. But as for, and I didn't do like maternity things, I just sized up. But who knows, maybe as time goes on I will buy maternity clothing, and if so, I will update you guys. That kind of leads into this next question, my favorite pregnancy leggings. I did buy some, I think it's pronounced Blanky? I'll put it on the screen how you write it. They're a little bit spendy. They're a little bit big on me still. I went with a size small. I've heard that with maternity things you should just purchase your normal size. So I did purchase a size small, however, still too big for me. So maybe as I'm like pushing into my 3rd trimester and really have a big belly, these things will be a little bit more prevalent, but I'm not loving them yet. So as for leggings, because I work out every single day and I live in leggings, I am just wearing my normal Strong Physiques leggings. They're the leggings I rant and rave about on Instagram all the time, and you can always use code JADE10 to save across the entire website. I'm still wearing a size small in those. I did just purchase a size medium because the smalls are getting a little bit snug and I like my leggings to be comfortable. So small or medium works for me. I'm 5'5" for reference. The next question is, what supplements do you take during pregnancy? Did you have to stop taking any? I don't think that I've stopped taking any completely. I'm not like a huge supplement person. I'm not a huge medicine person. Like I just don't take tons of things. I personally, every single day, drink my pre-workout, I drink a post-workout protein, I drink a superfood shake in the afternoon, and I add collagen to my superfood shake. Those are things that I take every single day. I took them before pregnancy and I'm continuing to take them through pregnancy. Again, that's something you want to talk to your doctor about though. I talked to my doctor about that at my very first appointment. What adjustments have you had to make in your fitness routine? I haven't had to adjust tons in my fitness routine. Aside from like lowering weights a little bit, not doing core, right? Being cautious about the core movements I'm doing. My doctor told me to continue doing my core movements through my 1st trimester, that they would be a-okay because baby is like teeny tiny and it wouldn't affect the baby at that point. But moving into 2nd trimester, I have stopped doing a majority of core work. Aside from a couple like core videos that I found on YouTube that are pregnancy safe. And I think the biggest tip that my doctor gave me was, if something feels uncomfortable, don't do it. And so that's kind of the rule of thumb that I've been living by. You do produce like hormones that relax your muscles and joints through your pregnancy, which are going to ease labor. And so in that, I keep glancing at my weights. In that, I have had to drop weights just because my body's changing. So I'm not lifting as heavy as I was, but I'm doing most of the same moves just with lighter weights, and I'm still getting a really, really good workout. So I haven't changed tons. I do offer pre and postpartum workouts to my clients. I have played around with those a little bit, love them, but most of my workouts have been the exact same, other than adjusting weights a little bit and not doing core to the intensity that I was doing it prior. Honestly, most of my core work at this time has completely stopped. So that's kind of what my fitness routine looks like, but I'm very, very thankful that I've been able to maintain an active lifestyle through pregnancy so far. Do you have a nursery theme? So if you follow me on Instagram, you guys know we're in the middle of moving. This room right here is like the only room in the house, and I shouldn't even say the only room in the house, because like from where I'm sitting back is the only section of the house that is not chaos. We are moving here very soon, so everything from right here forward is all boxes. It is a disaster. Our living room is full of boxes, so we are in full-on move mode, so I haven't put too much thought into the nursery as for like purchasing things. I have ideas of what I would like the nursery to look like, but I'm a very simple person. Like, if you guys can tell, like, there's not much color in our life. So in our new house, our colors are very neutral. They're grays, whites, like blacks. And so I think the plan for the nursery is, of course, the walls are gray. They're like a very light gray throughout the entire house. The trim is white, and the carpet is like very neutral. You guys will see on Instagram, and I'll do a house tour as we move, but I think my plan is just to maintain white and gray across the board. But with her room, I do want to have touches of like dusty pink or rose gold and maybe gold. I've never been a gold person. It's always been silver, but I feel like for a baby girl, like pink and gold is really cute, but I don't want it to be like a unicorn threw up in her room, you know? Like, I want it to be like pretty bright and airy with just touches of pink, if that makes sense. So it's not necessarily a theme, but we're just gonna go very simple. The most common question: are you guys set on a name yet? And I haven't talked about this on Instagram, so if you guys are from Instagram, you're hearing it here first. We think we have a name. We think. But I don't think I want to commit to a name until I see her. So I think we're going to go into the hospital with a couple names, and then we're going to decide. But I don't know yet. Like, we still have time. I'm not super stressed about it, but I want to make sure. And if you guys have name suggestions, by all means, put them in the comments down below, because we're not like 100% tied to a name yet. We won't be sharing her name until she's born. But I don't want a name that I personally know anyone else with that name, which makes it challenging. And I also want it to be a unique name that's not like super trendy, but not weird. So, aka I am impossible. I was a teacher. I went to school to be a teacher, and so I had tons and tons of students that I just don't want to look at my baby and think about a specific student. Not even saying like that was a bad student or a good student. Like, I just don't want to think about a specific person when I'm thinking about my baby. So it's been challenging. We had no idea that there was, like, obviously there's always a chance, but we didn't think we would have a girl. And I've shared this before, like, I was the first girl born in my family in 60 years. Jacob's family is literally all boys, other than girls that have been adopted into the family. So we were like, oh, we're gonna for sure have a boy. Like, I thought I would be a boy mom my whole life. I thought I would just only have boys. So I only really thought of boy names. And so this has been challenging, and I want a name that is gonna be super cute for a baby, but also like good for an adult. And I feel like picking a name for a human is the hardest thing ever. I loved that my name wasn't super popular growing up. I still really love my name. Jacob's name is very popular, and I love his name too, but I just want to go with something unique, creative, and something I don't know anyone else with. So if you can accomplish that, put it in the comments down below. When did you first feel baby kick? So I think the very first time I felt her kick was at 15 weeks. But I had no idea what it would feel like, and I messaged my friend Emily, and I was like, it felt like a popcorn, like a piece of popcorn popped in my stomach. And she's like, yeah, that was probably a baby kick. But then I didn't really feel much until 17 weeks when I felt it again. And then I didn't really feel much until like 20 weeks, and then I really started consistently feeling it at about 21 weeks. Now I'm 23 weeks, and I feel her every single day, but it's not super aggressive like I thought it would be. It's just like subtle movements. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, I feel like I keep saying that, but I do so much update on baby over there. But when we had our anatomy scan, my doctor was telling me that she's laying sideways across my stomach, which is likely why I'm not showing tons yet. And she's also facing backwards. So her face, hands, and feet are all pointing towards my spinal cord, meaning her spinal cord is facing forward, which isn't bad. She has tons and tons of time to like move, and she can move and flip around every single day in there. But That's probably why I'm not feeling tons of movement, because when she's pushing and kicking, it's going backwards into my spine. So I'm still not feeling or seeing like massive movements. Jacob has felt her, I have felt her, but that very first kick was about 15 weeks, and again at 17, and then again at 21. And it's been every single day since then, which I love. And I honestly thought I was gonna be like super freaked out when I first felt her move, but I've loved it. Okay, there are lots of questions on like pre-workout and caffeine while pregnant. So this one says, what do you do for pre-workout during pregnancy? Do you have some sort of caffeine? So I just want to go a little more in depth with this. Hi, Ava. Ava's coming to hang out. That's our puppy. She's not a puppy anymore. I guess she's like 1.5. But as for pre-workout, I'm taking the same pre-workout that I took prior to pregnancy. Prior to pregnancy, I did take like 3 scoops a day because I loved it. But I am limiting my caffeine intake. I'm just making sure I'm staying under 200 milligrams and that it's an all natural pre-workout. So I haven't changed my pre-workout. I'm just really regulating the amount that I'm taking every single day. Again, I will link it down below. I have a 1.5 scoops every day. So I have a scoop when I do my workout and then half when I like need a little pick-me-up in the afternoon. So it averages about 150 milligrams a day. It comes in lemon and fruit punch. So again, I'll link that down below. All my clients have access to it, so if you're a client of mine, you have access to it. If you're not a client of mine, you can reach out or follow that link below. On days where you're tired and don't really want to work out, what do you do to motivate yourself? So this is something that is gonna be the same thing across the board whether you're pregnant or not. It comes down to how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to live that lifestyle? How bad do you want to be healthy? Now, if anything, I feel like I have more reason to work out because it's not just for me, it's for my baby too. There have been tons and tons, there's so much research out there that says like having a healthy pregnancy and an active pregnancy is gonna impact not only you but the baby, and I've heard that it also eases labor, which fingers crossed it does. But I mean, it's all about that mindset, right? You have to be in the right mindset, and I find that doing my workout first thing in the morning ensures that I get my workout done, because if I put it off till the end of the day, it's not happening. So I work out first thing in the morning. I wake up at about 5:30 every single day. I do work from home. When I was teaching, I would work out at 4 a.m. If I was still teaching, I would make sure that I got up and worked out then, because it's important to me, and I know that it is good for my health and my baby's health. So I know that's not the answer anyone wants, but there's not an easy answer to that. It's all about discipline, not so much motivation. This is a good question. What is your favorite part of pregnancy, and what is your least favorite part of pregnancy? So I knew going into pregnancy that at least I thought, I didn't think I would love pregnancy. So I always hear people say like, oh my gosh, I loved being pregnant. And I remember thinking like, why? And so I knew going in that I probably wasn't gonna like be that person. Now I'm not saying I hate it at all, but I don't love being pregnant. If I had to choose like to be pregnant or not for the rest of my life, I would not choose to be pregnant. But what I love is that I am able to create life and to hold life and like grow our family. Like that is incredible to me, and it blows my mind when I think about it. Like my body is literally creating a human. Like it's bizarre to me, and so I love that about pregnancy. My least favorite thing is feeling restricted. Feeling restricted in my workouts, feeling restricted in how people treat me, feeling restricted in things I'm able to do, just things like that. Like, and it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, I just don't love it all, you know? Like, I love going all out in my workouts, and I can't do that, which is totally okay in this phase of life, and I'm totally accepting it, but I just don't like the limitations. So that's my least favorite part. And then what I love the most is, of course, being able to create a human that's literally half me and half Jacob. Like, that's unreal. The next question is highs and lows of pregnancy. So of course I am only a little over halfway. So far I would say like the high has been feeling our baby move, and Jacob being able to feel our baby move. Like That's so cool. The low, I will say, was those couple weeks in the beginning when I wasn't feeling too hot. It was a huge secret. No one on social media knew. My family didn't know. And I had to act like I was just perfectly okay. Not like I was feeling super sick to my stomach or anything like that. Like, that was the most challenging part. So I would say that was my high and my low. Next question is, do you want her name to start with J? I have not addressed this yet. So Jacob and Jade, both our names start with J. I'm not sure if whoever asked this knows, but our initials are actually the exact same. So my name is Jade Marie, Jacob's name is Jacob Martin, and when we got married, our last initial became the same as well. So our initials are JMN. And I thought that was so cool. Like, for our wedding we had tons of things monogrammed, and I remember thinking, like, that would be so cool if all of our kids had our initials. But then the second I got pregnant, I was like, I don't really think so. Especially having a girl. Someday she'll change her last name most likely, and it wouldn't matter anyways. So I'm not tied to having a J as the first name. Also, I have yet to find a single J girl name that I'm even kind of interested in. So I don't think she'll have a name that starts with a J. But if there's like a super cool name that I absolutely love, I wouldn't be opposed to it either. However, her middle name will not start with an M. I am set on her middle name. So her initials will not be the same as ours, but first name, you know what? I'm open to it. If there's a great J name and you have one for me, drop it in the comments down below. Before pregnancy, did you drink alcohol socially? So I'm assuming you're a new follower. I love my margaritas. So yes, I did drink alcohol socially. I'm not like a heavy drinker every single day, but I definitely enjoy cocktails. I love vodka soda limes, I love margaritas and chips and salsa, I love champagne, and I love wine. I don't drink beer, but I enjoy going out to dinner and grabbing a good drink or going out with friends. Like, so yes, I did drink prior to pregnancy. I will drink after I have the baby, but nothing crazy. You know, everything in balance, right? The next question is, are you scared to lose some of the freedom that you've achieved for yourself? Absolutely not. This is exactly why I created this life for myself, is I wanted to be able to be a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to be able to be home with my babies when they were growing, and when I was able to, and when I was raising them. Like, my mom was home with us when we were younger, and I loved it. So that was my mindset going into like starting my own business. I wanted to be able to be there. My mom is amazing and will probably steal her every chance she gets. So I'm definitely gonna have help. We moved home for that reason alone. Both our families are here, so if we need help, we have Jacob's family as well as my family. So we can either go out and get like dinner together, or if I need help during the day when I need to get work done, I can send her to my mom's, or whatever the case may be. We have tons of help, which I'm super thankful for. But ultimately, that was my goal. I wanted to be able to work from home and raise my kids. So I'm not scared at all to lose any of that freedom. I don't work all day, every day anyways. I can get all my work done in a couple hours. So I'll just break it up dependent on her naps and dependent on her days and how her mood is, and I'll make it work. So I'll work in pockets of time. The next question, is Mr. Newton ready to be a daddy? Yes, we are both very ready. We have been together, for those of you that don't know, September 15th will be our 12-year anniversary of being together. We got married last September on our 11-year anniversary. So this year's our 1-year wedding anniversary, but our 12-year dating anniversary. So we have been together for a long time. It is going to be odd with it not just being the two of us and our dogs anymore, but we were both very ready. We knew last year around, gosh, probably like April or May, that as soon as we got married, we wanted to start trying for a family. So we are both very ready. Jacob turned 30 this year, and I turn 28th at the end of December, 3 days before the new year, and we were just ready. We felt like it was the perfect time to start a family. Our businesses are up and running and we are getting a house and it just felt right. So we are both super excited. But that is all the questions that I have time for. I will do this again, you guys. I love opening up and sharing more about my story and my life with you guys. So if you ever have questions, or if you have like ideas on what you would like to hear more of, put it in the comments down below. I love getting to know you guys. So if you are not yet following me over on Instagram, be sure to do so. My username is right there, and I will chat with you guys later.